Here's Randy Bullock now to put toe to leather. And we are underway from Pittsburgh. Taken in at the 3. They'll start the drive with Harris. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. Give him 3 there on the first play of the game, and it's second down. Pickett, he'll look to throw it. Looking sideline, incomplete.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he let him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
Pickett now to throw off the play fake. That'll be taken in there by Miles Boykin. And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. To the air on first down with Pickett. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Christian Fulton. And the Titans will have solid field position here as they take over at the 45-yard line. Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You've got to know where you want to go with the ball and be decisive with it. Otherwise, the end result can be something you don't like.
Second down and 7. On the ground, this is Derrick Henry. And some solid footwork there as he'll take this down to about the 38. A solid run by Derrick Henry, and here's another 1st and 10. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. And he'll get a little over 2, maybe a full 3 down to the 32-yard line. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. On third down, Henry. And he's going to be a yard short. Needed 4, but got 3.
So many things going to make a good play on defense. In this situation, just not being blown out of the way was a big start, and then a nice tackle to finish things off.
And he'll be touchdown here, but not before he does pick up the first. Tannehill going to turn and give this to Henry. He's able to get 6. A nice pickup down to the 21. On second down and 4. Tannehill steps away to his left. His throw incomplete. Derrick Henry, the intended receiver, out of the backfield. And it's 3rd and 4.
But that's a defense coordinator's got to be happy with that result. They took away all options downfield and forced the incompletion.
And he won't get close. Only a yard, 4th and 3. Tannehill to the sideline. Randy Bullock out now for the Tennessee field goal. Bullock's kick is good, and the Titans hit the scoreboard first. It's 3-0. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
So Pittsburgh retakes the field for their second offensive possession. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to third down. Pickett. And that one is incomplete. And it also whistle concludes quarter number one. Second quarter action from Pittsburgh. It is the Steelers in control of the football. On fourth down, here's Presley Harvin on to punt. This is taken around the 12. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And it'll be Titan football. The Titans coming back onto the field for their second drive. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 27 yards there, a first down. Here's Tannehill. And that one's going to be off target and incomplete.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield. They had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
Tannehill's throw into the hands of Hooper. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communicate.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Cameron Sutton. And the Steelers are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line. Pickett leads the Steelers up here with a fresh set of downs. At their own 37. Harris will start to drive out. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
Now, that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater. He just made a great play there.
Harris going to get it again on second down. And again, he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a third down. 2 runs for a net gain of nothing. Now here's 3rd and 10. Now Pickett. He rifles one that's intercepted. And the Titans are going to take possession of the football.
They have been struggling to put points on the board so far. While you don't want to lump it all on the rookie quarterback, he's definitely the root cause. And all rookies, they have those learning experiences in their first year. What they're hoping for is that he can learn on the fly.
He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked up by Minkah Fitzpatrick. And the Steelers are going to take possession here at their own 6-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They got the ball now following a big play, keeping the other guys out of the end zone. Now they'll start deep in their own territory, 1st and 10. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. That one 28 yards on the ground. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Harris running straight ahead. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards. Back to the 33. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Second quarter, 2 minutes remain. 3-0 our score. We remind you in just a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Orlando and our good friend Jonathan Coachman. Coach will run through some of the numbers and the next-gen stats from this first half of football so far. They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
This defense is going to have to finish the job. There's still a second half that they have to play. But so far, an absolute total effort. They've disrupted the passing game, stressed the pocket for the quarterback. They forced him into errant throws. Everything they're doing is executed well.
Throw incomplete as well. On is Presley Harvin now as he'll send this one away. This will be fielded at the 17. It'll be a 48-yard punt. 5 there on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play. Tannehill intercepted again. Picked up by Cameron Sutton. And the Steelers are going to take possession of the football. Now, I'm not sure that the wheels, Charles, are coming completely off, but they're shaking a little bit. That's 3 interceptions, and now interceptions here on back-to-back drives.
And I think about what a Hall of Fame coach told me, that he always told his teams, when a mistake happens, just move on to the next play. Let it go. Hard to do when you're throwing this many interceptions. That's exactly the attitude that has to be adopted.
On 2nd and 10, Pickett. Flush to his right. He turned that into a nice gain. Gets him 8 yards closer for 3rd down.
They made a nice effort to stick him with a loss for that play, but it's going to take more than that to keep him from advancing the ball. Should be an entertaining battle anytime he tucks and runs over the second half of this contest.
Throw left side complete. That's Johnson. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Pickett will look to throw it here. And he wisely will throw that one away.
Well, this is a half where not just the coverage, but the entire defense is setting the tone in this game.
On 2nd and goal, Pickett setting up the screen. Harris. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Now they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. Pickett right back to the air again. Under pressure now, and he's going to go down. Sacked back around the 8. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. Boswell's kick is good, and that will tie us at 3-3. Well, I don't know if they would have gone for it on 4th and goal anyway, but the sack on 3rd down pretty much made their mind up for it.
You're exactly right about that. This is a tough place on the field to take a sack because, as you just noted, it took the decision-making away from them. Now they have to go for a field goal instead of potentially going for it.
And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. The Titans offense going to get one final possession in this first half. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Now Tennessee going to use the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. On the move to his left. That one caught downfield. It's Hooper. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. And 22 more yards there and another first down. Tannehill. Looking left side, and it's complete. And they move this all the way down to the 9. 2 chunk plays in a row. The last one was over 20 yards, and so is this one. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. Bullock's kick is good, and that will do it for this first half. There you have it. Halftime quickly over. Third quarter, here we go. So if you like field goals, this is your game. 6-3, 3 field goals at the break. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. This will be fielded inside the 5. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. Time again to see what Ryan Tannehill and the Titans can do. And it was somewhat of a strange first half. He threw 3 interceptions, yet you look at the scoreboard, they've got the lead.
So you know what I think he did at the half? He stood up in front of the team, especially in front of the defense, and said, thank you. Appreciate what you've done. You guys have picked me up in a big way. And guess what? I'm going to get back to being who I am, which is pretty darn good. Let's go play the second half.
On 1st and 10, Tannehill. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Tannehill. This will go to Henry out wide. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
And so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. And now they're in the hurry-up. Inside handoff, Henry. And they won't fare much better here as he maybe gets back to the line. Nothing there, no gain, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 15. Maybe I'm wrong, but it looked like even if he had opted to keep that, I don't think there was going to be much to gain.
Seemed like it was perfectly defense, and know what they say. Those guys on the other side, they get paid too.
They set up the screen for Henry. And this play comes to a halt at the 33, and obviously that's well short of the first down. Tannehill to the sideline, and Randy Bullock out now for the Tennessee field goal. Bullock's kick is good, and the lead will increase to 6 now. It's 9-3. So that one is his 3rd of the game. Now, if you're wondering, that's only halfway to his career high, as he once had 6 field goals.
Brandon, but 6? Let's hope we don't get that again, please. Okay, can we see a few touchdowns here and there?
That'd be nice. This fielded right at the goal line. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. Time for the Steelers offense now to get set for their first possession of half number 2. And their deficit a little wider now than it was at halftime following the field goal a moment ago.
But the goal is still the same because you know they want to come out, establish a rhythm in the second half, and get going. Make no mistake about it, though. Kicking field goals, not in their game plan. They need to get the ball in the end zone.
Looking to throw, Pickett. He finds his man Johnson. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. On the draw, it's Harris. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Pickett back to throw. Being chased out left. Pickett lost it. Fortunate to get that football back, because trailing here in the second half, last thing they needed was to lose the possession.
And the word I think of here is opportunity, because it could have been lost there. Their chance to score points, but the opportunity for the defense was to go ahead and really close this game down if they were able to get possession.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. Here's Pickett. Got an open man, it's Pickens. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 17-yard line. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
And he's going to lose yardage here, as they will switch ends as time is run out on this third quarter of play. Back now in Pittsburgh. It's the Steelers with the football, but trailing here as we get going in quarter number 4. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, this is going to be caught along the sidelines. Probably shouldn't have been caught. He's going to lose yardage there. Boswell's kick is good. And that trims the lead to 3. It's 9-6 now. So with that field goal, this one's now back within a field goal. Maybe not the ultimate result they wanted, but gets them that much closer.
This game is unfolding like a really good book, isn't it? Because I feel like there's a few more plot twists yet to be revealed before this one is over.
And he'll be out of bounds here just past the 20-yard line. Here's Tennessee ready to begin this drive offensively. Fourth quarter, they cling to a 3-point lead after the field goal a moment ago. And it's certainly a very critical drive with still a good chunk of time remaining. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. That's complete to Treylon Burks. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. And they're going to speed things up here. A first down carry for Henry. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down. They'll try and choose some clock with Henry. And he'll get about 2 there to the 36.
All right, that's a decent game there, but it hasn't been his best game overall. So I wonder what the mindset is of his team. Do they want him to handle the football and try and close this game out? Or are they going to make an alternative plan and maybe go in a different direction?
I think they need him, and this is his time to shine. They do get 7 out of that, but not enough to prevent a 4th down. Here's Ryan Stonehouse now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And great special teams work here. This is knocking on the door of the 5. They'll spot it at the 6-yard line. And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Harris. Will go down as a gain of 6, and that's going to bring up second down. Back to throw, Pickett. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They're giving him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw him break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. Mike Tomlin takes a shot here, but to no avail. And now possession will go over inside the 15-yard line. A shotgun handoff to Henry. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. Henry again on second down. And into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown. Derrick Henry taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Titans will add to their 4th quarter lead. Bullock good on the extra point, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. So here's Pickett and the Steelers. Down by 10. A minute 55 remaining. It's been a struggle to score all day, and now they need to do it twice here late to have a chance. Here's Pickett. Throw left side, going to be taken in by Harris. They'll get 4 there out of the screen, and it's second down. Now the Steelers hustling up to the line of scrimmage. That's to Freiermuth. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Pickett to throw. And the Titan defense steps up here, and down he goes. Pickett trying to get his guys up quickly to the line of scrimmage. Pickett's throw complete. Johnson on its poke free. Football's out. And the offense will get this one back. Boy, that could have been catastrophic at this late stage of the game, but they avoid disaster. And that is incomplete.
That means it's just one last chance left, and this has to be a first down or a touchdown, or this game's over.
Chris Boswell on for the field goal. A 58-yard attempt.
And he's going to miss this one. Wide to the left from distance. It's no good, and they will not cut into that 10-point lead.
Well, Brandon, anything beyond 50, you start rolling the dice a bit. And once you get up around 57, 58 yards, the chances of making it go down dramatically. And sure enough, this one winds up no good.
Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they get it with 26 seconds to go in the football game. Second down, they go again with Henry. Now a timeout called for by the defense. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Again, it's Henry. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. Now Pickett. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. One final shot for Pickett. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game. So this one, a Tennessee